All right, I'm finally ready to talk about this phone. Last year, 10 months ago, I made a video talking about how I felt like I needed to upgrade my phone from the 15 series to the 16 series because I said, right now, the 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max are the only phones that get all the unlocked software. Talking about Apple Intelligence here, and any other phone that had came out since that still support iOS 18 doesn't count, won't get it. And that literally meant nothing looking back at it now. I thought for sure by now, June, that we would have more full features brought to this phone that was marketed as built for Apple Intelligence. I was ready to see what Apple could do with that when they control the hardware and the software. And this phone has literally been a waste of time. I did not need this phone. Now, I also made another video talking about how I got this phone for free, technically, so I'm not that stressed about it. And I do quite enjoy this color. It's a very nice color palette, but I didn't need an upgrade from the 15 by any capacity. Once again, my wife was in the right here. She doesn't upgrade every year or every other year. She doesn't care about tech the way I do. And I see her using her 15 and I'm like, I'm jealous of you. So here's the thing. With the base model iPhones and seeing what iOS 26 is going to be about and all other OSs that are 26, I think, and I might be wrong here, but I think this is going to be my last base model iPhone. I think I'm ready to go to the Pro side now. And I don't know how I feel about that, but I know what is pushing me towards that direction. And for one, battery. 2, better screen display. 3, more camera features. 4, those exclusive Pro features that come every year that we can't really anticipate during the software part of the announcements. It's only things that we find out during the announcement of iPhone. They always do something a little bit more exclusive. And where I'm getting at is this phone is great, perfect, more than perfect, overkill to be honest with you. An iPhone 15 would still be just as fine. But as I get more acclimated to my new environment of how I use these devices, specifically using now an iPad Pro again, even though this is my main computer and my Mac is my main powerhouse computer for music and video production, I am now finding myself wanting more from my iPhone. And even more so, if I'm going to be just completely 100% transparent with you, there's more experimentation that I feel like I can do and I can have fun with on a Pro phone because of the cameras than I can do being gridlocked with this. I can't film log. I can't shoot photos raw. This is a great like point and shoot and then it's done. But I do use this surprisingly because you guys only see me on YouTube through this format. This is actually my main camera. I use this for everything, for my family, when I'm out and about, B-roll most of the time. And there's just more experimentation I can do with and I can have fun with on a Pro phone. I did with the 16 Pros when I was doing the slow motion and stuff like that. That stuff was kind of fun. But now, really what I care about is probably having a longer battery, a bigger battery. And if the phones are getting lighter, then I don't necessarily care about having a small iPhone anymore. I cared back then with the 13 mini because what was the alternative? The 13 Pro Max, which I also had for a little bit, stainless steel, that thing was the heaviest phone I had ever held. And it was not comfortable. I didn't like having that phone. And it made me kind of push myself away from that side of things just because it felt uncomfortable. But now with titanium, and now titanium's going away, what I'm seeing the trajectory for Pro phones does show that these phones are going to become lighter. So if that's the case, I never really cared about the size as I more cared about comfortability. But what I have always cared about and what I always care about is battery. Having a good battery that lasts me throughout the day. Now, I don't know if the base model 17s or whatever we're going to call those, are we going to call those iPhone 26s now? I don't know if those base models are going to have promotion. And to be completely honest with you, I don't care. But I do care that there is inconsistencies now with how I interact with my devices because everything else that I have device-wise has that promotion. Simply put, going back to that video I put out 10 months ago, I don't want to be software locked, and I don't think I want to be hardware locked anymore either. The only difference is this time, I do not care about Apple Intelligence. That doesn't matter to me. That could be a base phone, that could be a pro phone. At the end of the day, that part is dead and gone for me. I don't really care. There's better alternatives, whether it's OpenAI, Gemini, Grok, whatever. But it's the 90% of everything else that I would be doing on this phone that I care the most about. Stuff that I find myself very much enjoying, using the ProMotion display for my iPad or using the Pro chip on my MacBook Pro, stuff that I'm like, I'm grateful that I have this. I can't say the same for a base iPhone anymore. But I will end with this. Every year, for many years now, I've been getting the base iPhone. I've become acclimated and I'm okay with the base iPhones. So there is a possibility that I might still stick with either this iPhone in particular or try out their Air model. I doubt it, but I might not get a Pro. But there are reasons why I should have a Pro iPhone now in my life, mainly because I upgraded my iCloud. I did a video about that. I'm doing more capturing on my phone. And I know, I get it, a subscription-based service. That is a customer for life. But I've been with Apple since 2007. I've been here since the very beginning of this new era of Apple. I have no intentions of leaving. I don't plan on leaving. I don't care to leave. So I might as well get comfortable with it. At the end of the day, I've had my perfect iPhone for a very long time. Everything that I've ever wanted from it, software and hardware combined. So I'm not looking to scratch an itch that I can't get from the base model. What I'm looking for now is the most optimized and convenient way to use my products. I do it with my iPads. I do it with my Mac. I think I'm going to even do it with my watch for the next upgrade. Why not do it for the core product that this whole ecosystem revolves around?